So just a few things I want to talk about when it comes to celebration and celebrating what God has done to empower our next step. So I want us to think about today, in the past 5 months, the big question is going to be, what has God done in your life that you want to celebrate in the past 5 months? So here's the first thing that celebration does, okay? Celebration is a way to track God's movement in your life. So often in my life, I forget the goodness of God. So often in my life, I get focused in on the short-term stress and pressure that's coming at me, that I can begin to doubt God's love and faithfulness into what I'm moving into within my life. Celebration is one of the ways to track God's movement in your life, because in my flesh, I can deceive myself. So when I look back and celebrate what God has done, I can remember, oh, no, He has been faithful within my life, and He doesn't change yesterday, today, or tomorrow, so He will walk with me into the next steps of my life. Second thing is this: your celebration today turns into your testimony tomorrow. And so if we don't document it and name it, like, it's hard for us to give that testimony. Like, how many of us, if we just did like testimony hot seat, and so if we, put a little mark on one of your seats, or everybody had a little envelope that you opened up and it said, "It's your day today." And if that was you, and you had to come up and grab the mic and just say, "Hey, this is what God, this is the story of Jesus in my life." How many of us would be able to do that? And it's so important, because your testimony, Revelation tells us this, that we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. That our story helps, it's one of the things that God uses to unlock chains that people have in their lives, okay? It's so important. All right, third thing today, I think it's helpful when it comes to just our discernment rhythm. Celebration helps others see and inspires their own faith steps. Their own faith. Like the hope would be this, that as we hear someone else's testimony in their life, it inspires our next faith steps as well. I mean, when I hear your testimony, it without a doubt 100% inspires my own faith steps within my life. And so I just say all that to really pose the big question to you this morning, of that in the past 5 months, where are the main places that God's moved in your life? Like, in the past 5 months, what are the main things that God's been doing in your life? It's kind of hard to think about a little bit, isn't it? Like, where have you been moving in my life, Lord? Let me just share a couple of and I really think that's homework for you, to be able to kind of name that and pray through that this week as a part of this, as you think about where you're headed next, not I'm going to play it safe and hope God keeps me cozy, comfortable, and easy. But no, I'm headed here next, and I'm going to need faith to move into that next step of my life. And so I need to celebrate and name how God's been moving in my life the last season, and knowing in the same way He's been doing that then, He'll do that for me into this next season.